and welcome. Our lesson for today is ascending and descending order. Now on the board, ascending order. Ascending means from the smallest to the biggest. So from the smallest to the biggest. Right. Descending meaning from the biggest to the smallest. So from the biggest to the smallest. Right. So let's do a few examples to see how we write numbers from the smallest to the biggest and from the biggest to the smallest. Okay, question 1. Write the following from the biggest to the smallest. So by looking at our question, write the following from the biggest to the smallest. So what is biggest to the smallest? Our descending order. Right. So here's a few numbers. 238, 12, 4,819, 712, and 8. Right. So we need to write this down now from the biggest to the smallest. So we're going to look now. I've got 238, 3 digits. I've got 12, 2 digits. I've got 4,819, 4 digits. 712, 3 digits. And I've got 8, which is 1 digit. Right. So it says biggest. So we'll start with the one who has the most digits. So, which is this one. So first we will write 4,819. What's our second one? The second one will be the number who has the second most of digits, which will be 238 and 712. So how can we find out which one is biggest? Right. So the 100 here is a 2, this 100 is a 7. So meaning we're going to write this one second. 712. Then we will write 238. After that, I've got a 12 and I've got an 8. So 12 has got 2 digits and 8 has 1 digit. So we will write 12. And our last one will be 8. So 4,819, 712, 238, 12 and 8. We did rewrite the numbers from the biggest to the smallest. Right. So in cases where you will have 2 of the same digits, you have to look very carefully. You can look at your hundreds, tens and units, hundreds, tens and units. You need to find a difference. Sometimes they will give you one like 338 and then they will say 383. You have to look very carefully at your places. So if you look at this one here and this one here, the 3 here is 100 and there's also 100. So which means they are the same. So now we go to the tens. So this 10 is a 3 and that one is 8. So which one is bigger? 3 is less and 8 is more. So this number will be bigger than 338. So it's very important for you to look at your digits very carefully before you write in ascending and in descending order. So let me give an example of the next one. So write the following from the smallest now to the biggest. So it's now from the smallest to the biggest. So that means we are doing ascending order. Right. So I can actually do this. Right. So here's our following numbers. Okay. Now we're going to look at our digits. Remember, we're now doing from the smallest to the biggest. So we start with them who only have 1 digit, 2 digits. So we start at the bottom. So we're going to look in the row. They've got 3 digits. 4, 2, 1, and 3. So we will start by 8. So 8 will be my first one. Then 2 digits, which is 16. Then I will go, here is 3 digits. And here I've got 3 digits. Right. Once again, we're going to look at now our hundreds, our tens, and our units. Our hundreds, our tens, and our units. To find out which one we need to write first. Remember, we're writing from the smallest to the biggest. So this is a 7 and that's a 4. So 7 is more than 4. So we will write down 428. So 428. And then 781. And then the last one, which is our biggest one, with 4 digits, 4,912. So, descending order from the biggest to the smallest, down. Ascending order from the smallest to the biggest. Thank you very much for watching.